Hello, let us talk reverse dieting. So, the introduction. Most people know dieting as lowering calories to a point where you lose weight. Well, what if I told you that strategy really has no successful end game? As in, do you think you're just going to drop your calories lower and lower and lower until you're eating like 1,000 calories or even less per day and anticipate losing weight? No way. Insert reverse dieting. It is kind of like the reverse of dieting. Reverse dieting is the strategically raising of calories over a period of time in order to increase the metabolism. In short, it is a method of eating that enables you to eat more and lose fat, which sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it? But also a little impossible, right? So let's dive in. So step one, if you find yourself in a need of a period of reverse dieting, you are either in one of two positions. A, you are coming off a fat loss period and need to slowly raise your calories back up. Or B, you have been eating a low-calorie diet for years or even just months without realizing it, and your metabolism has slowed down to adjust to the lower calorie amount that you are consuming. Most are in position B. So now that we are in position, let's move on to the most important part. What the heck do we do now? Step two. If you don't already, we need to find your maintenance calorie level, aka the level of calories that your body needs to maintain its current body weight. If you don't currently know what it is, we can take two different approaches. A, we can look up a calorie counter online and use that as a good estimate. Or B, track your calories for the week or two and find an average calorie intake from there, assuming that you maintained weight. My preference is to go with option B. I love technology even more than the next person, but no one knows your own body and what it needs more than your own body. So step three before we get to the example. So now that we have your maintenance calories, we will devise a plan of action from there. We'll steadily increase your calories over a period of 4 to 8 weeks until we feel like we have reached an appropriate level of calories to cut from and start our fat loss period. Like I said, I'm a numbers guy, and this can be a confusing concept to everyone based on the fact that diet is synonymous with eating less. But I'm wanting you to eat more. So let's look at this example. So we're going to use Paul. Just know that I don't really know a Paul. Paul's been focusing on losing weight for a couple of months. He started off strong, losing a couple of pounds in a couple of weeks, but then he hasn't been able to see the progress he has wanted to after that. He's eating 1,700 calories a day and is training 6 days a week, 3 cardio and 3 strength. Here's what I would do with Paul. If he's eating 1,700 calories and isn't making a ton of progress, we can assume that his maintenance calories is somewhere around the 1,700, 1,800 level. So I'm going to add roughly 10% of his maintenance calories back into his body for roughly 2 weeks to see how his body responds. So for the next 2 weeks, he's going to eat about 1,900 to 2,000 calories a day. And after that 2-week period, if he hasn't gained any weight, we'll slowly raise his calorie back up to 2,100 to 2,200 calories and see how his body responds in 2 weeks, etc., etc., etc. After 6 to 8 weeks, Paul is now eating 2,500 calories or even more on average and hardly put on any body fat in the process. So now, depending on how quickly Paul needs to reach his fat loss goal, we can take anywhere from 200 to 400 calories to get back to 2,100 or 2,300 calories while being in a calorie deficit because his new maintenance calories are now about 2,500. And ta-da! Paul is now eating more than when he came to me, and he is losing weight. So if you have any more questions about this, a lot of you will be taking on this to start your fitness journey with me, and everyone should be doing this at some point or another in their fitness journey. So if you have any questions, if this is any confusing to you at all, please just let me know. Thanks for watching.